Good morning, everybody. It's Tony with Big T Bariatric, and I'm back at you with another reaction video. Today, it is Thursday, I think. Yes, February 16th. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe down below if you haven't yet. And if you have, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. I greatly appreciate it. Before I get started here, there's two things I want to talk about. The first is my weigh-in video is coming up because the 18th of every month I do my weigh-in, and but this month I'm trying to decide if I want to do it on the 18th, which is when I normally do a weigh-in, or on the 27th, because if you remember, my goal before was to get under 500 pounds by my birthday. So the 27th is my birthday, so that's coming up at the end of this month, but my normal weigh-in day is in 2 days. So let me know down below when you want me to make my weigh-in video, whether you would prefer to see the 18th continue, or if you just want to see if I can make that goal by the 27th. I did put a goal of 50 pounds up, but I decided that's not going to happen, so I'm not even going to try anymore. So I did cancel that goal out. There's no way I'm going to hit 50 pounds. But yeah, if just let me know what you guys think about that. Also, I'd like you guys to check out Kayla Shea. She's an amazing YouTuber with a beautiful soul, and she does a lot of great videos along the same lines that I do, but I think she does a better job at it, and she deserves a lot more subscribers. We're actually going to collaborate on each other's channels here soon. We're both trying to figure out the technology, how to do that. We're both technically unsavvy, so we don't know what to do on how to get each other on each other's channels. And I'm still trying to work on getting Cassie Nova back on my live stream to talk about our weight loss surgery experiences, but I still don't know how to do that. And my tech advisor is still out. She's dealing with a lot of family stuff, so please pray for her. But if you could do me a huge favor, come to Kayla's page and give her a subscription. She absolutely deserves it. Her channel is amazing. Her videos are great, and she is so close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you can go over there and help her out, get her over that 1,000 subscriber a month, then she could start monetizing her channel. That would be great. I would appreciate it very much. But what I want to react to today is another plot twist video, the worst eaters on my 600-pound life. I'm really praying this one doesn't get blocked. The last one that I did from Plot Twist did get blocked, which I think is strange, since Plot Twist did the video and it didn't get blocked on their channel, and they were still able to monetize it, but for some reason they went through my video and blocked it for copyright. And so I don't know, I think they have a vendetta against me. I think that they don't like that I made that TLC is exposed video, and so they have me on some kind of a list. And so anytime I make a my 600-pound life video, they go through and they block clips. And it's not just one clip. Like I'll trim a clip out that they blocked for copyright, and then there'll be another one and another one and another one, and it seems like every single clip they try to claim is copyright. Even if it's under 10 seconds, even if Plot Twist commentary is on that clip, even if my own commentary is on the clip, like, they will block that clip. I don't understand what's going on. But TLC, let's have a truce, okay? I would stop talking bad about you guys if you let me continue using your clips. I don't know what else to do. But I'm just praying that this doesn't get blocked, because I have a legal right to use these clips under fair use law. So anyways, let's get started with this reaction right now.
You've been eating almost 10,000 calories a day. That's almost 13 times of what you should be eating in a day.
This may shock you, but you don't achieve morbid obesity by snacking on carrots and celery all day. It takes grit, determination, and a few 100,000 calories a day. Buckle up, run to the drive-thru, and
I mean, a few 100,000 calories a day, that's an exaggeration, right? People that big don't eat that much. It might be 10 to 20,000 calories per day. But it's very funny. Like the other day, somebody commented on one of my videos that, I need to have more sympathy for people, even though a lot of you say that I do show great compassion and sympathy towards others, but that I need to show more compassion because some people just can't lose weight because they take certain medication or their genetics are a certain way. And I often talk about that, and I say, yeah, that's true. There are certain things in a person's life that can make losing weight more difficult. But I'm not trying to talk about people who have 20 or 30 pounds that they need to lose. Like that last little bit of weight is always going to be hard for some people. It's not always easy to get rid of. But the people I'm talking about are morbidly obese who have hundreds of pounds extra that they need to lose. And so it's like that weight gain did not come about because you take certain medications. It didn't happen because of your genetics. It happened because you're eating tremendous amounts of food.
Get cozy as we dive into the worst eaters on my 600 pound life. Before we get started though, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you never miss a video. Now let's dive right in.
A garden hose to the hot water, the washer, and runs it outside because I have to be cleaned outside like an animal.
You know your eating habits are bad when, instead of showering, you have to be hosed off naked on the front porch. At just 23 years old, this is 700 pound Nicole's life.
As soon as I get up in the morning, I gotta eat something or I feel like I'm gonna throw up. So I keep some.
That's strange to me that you feel like that if you don't eat something, you're going to throw up. You should be thinking about, oh man, if I continue eating how I do, I'm going to throw up. Like, I'm just thinking back because there were times before when I would feel very nauseous in the morning, and I should look that up and see what causes that. But maybe your stomach is just violently like, oh man, you went all night without eating. What's wrong with you? Get some food in me right now. But those back scratchers are really nice.
Something to snack on in my room, but I still can't get up to get it myself. Charlie!
Yeah.
Can you please come here?
I mean, if you're in a position where you can't even get up to get yourself a snack, even at my heaviest stuff, still able to walk into the kitchen and get something. So if you're that bad off and you're still that big, then that shows that you have an enabler who is getting that food for you, and that's really bad.
Can you please give me those potato chips? I've gotten so big that I could barely get up and get around.
As soon as she wakes up in the morning, she needs to eat something or she feels like she's gonna throw up. She probably just gets nauseous when she catches a glimpse of herself in the mirror. I mean,
Oh man, I hate to laugh at that, but yeah, I don't understand that needing to eat immediately as soon as you wake up feeling. I never felt that way. I mean, I'd still wake up and have my breakfast a few hours later. So immediately needing to eat, I think that's a classic sign of a major food addiction.
I would.
I'll flat out move it. I don't care. I'll move whatever I gotta move.
But needing to shower with the hose on the front porch isn't humiliating enough for Nicole to stop overeating.
Even though it's very difficult to get around, I truly love shopping for food. To see all the selections and options makes it worth how hard it is.
She goes hard in the grocery store even though she's too big to get around the aisles and starts knocking stuff over.
I absolutely love to cook and I take my food very seriously.
Yeah, your eating is serious, alright. Food is so serious to her, in fact, that she won't even let anyone else cook.
When I want something particular, I won't let anyone else make it because it has to be done exactly right so it tastes as good as it should, and I'm not letting anyone mess it up.
She's so obsessed with everything she eats and how it tastes that she refuses to let anyone else prepare meals. God forbid they don't put enough Doritos and barbecue sauce in her raw meat. By the way, what the heck is she even making right now?
Food is just simply...
It looks like a meatloaf, but instead of crackers or something in there, you're adding Doritos for that extra Cool Ranch flavor. Sounds gross to me.
Amazing to me. And it's hard to stop eating. I just want to make sure I've had enough food in me.
Regardless of what it is, she shovels it all in her mouth. By the way, the cameraman is a huge jerk for zooming in. I might be sick after seeing how dirty and gross her lip rings get after this 10,000 calorie meal.
When I get stressed like this and I want to eat, I start to think about all the things I'm craving, and one place ain't gonna have everything I want. I just want the oven.
Can you imagine being so big and being so addicted to food that one place is not going to have everything that you want? As many options as every single fast food restaurant has, you need to visit multiple fast food restaurants because you want burgers and tacos and fries and whatever. I mean, that's a major food addiction right there. That's...
Roasted chicken on that one kind of bread, Italian herb and cheese, foot long.
In this next scene, Nicole orders a chicken sub from Subway, but she has a minor panic attack when she realizes she can't get the burger she's craving from this sub shop.
I can't help but give in to my cravings and eat everything. There's nothing like unwrapping a burger and you get that hot wrapper cheese. Burger's just fresh and just so irresistible.
So she demands an extra stop and gets...
I mean, I'm not trying to judge people for having a different food addiction than I did, but even though I would eat a lot, I never had a panic attack because I didn't have a hamburger. I mean, I could finish off a foot long and some chips and maybe a couple cookies, and that was one meal. I couldn't polish off a foot long and a hamburger and fries and. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's next level addiction right there.
Gets a burger and fries to follow her sub, a lunch of champions.
I love my mom, and I will do anything for her, no matter what.
Are you ready for school?
Bethany starts her day with not one, but 2 big plates of breakfast food. It's hard.
I mean, we've already reacted to this one, but yeah, this lady here, her addiction was ridiculous. I mean, not only did she get 2 big plates of food, but she also asked for a honey bun, and even while her daughter was cooking breakfast for her, she could not wait for that breakfast to be cooked, so she asked for a snack in between. And she refused to get off her own butt and go get a snack real quick. So her daughter is not only cooking 2 plates of food for her and for her little sister and for herself, she's also having to give her mom a little snack infusion before breakfast.
It's hard to see what exactly she's eating because there's so much of it, but it appears to be at least a dozen eggs, 2 big chocolate muffins, at least 4 pieces of toast, all with butter and jelly, and some sandwiches with sausage, egg, and cheese. You know, a light breakfast.
So I was kind of raising myself during that time, unsupervised. So I started to put on a little weight around then.
Her next meal, an entire Pizza Hut pizza, but wait, there's more.
That's when food became this thing in life, like it is now, where I have to have it.
This is easily the biggest box of Texas toast I've ever seen. To wash down her entire pizza, she eats literally 12 pieces of toast. Next, Bethany treats herself to a sensible helping of carrots.
We didn't see this clip when I was doing it. This was probably a little later on in the episode, but man, that's a lot of bread. Not only do you have an entire pizza to yourself, an entire pizza box full of Texas toast. That's a lot of carbs, my friend.
And celery.
I don't think I could keep going.
And a dessert. How is she not dead right now? I mean, she might be dead. I don't know, but that is so much sugar and carbs. That is crazy. Your body must be like straining to produce insulin for you at this point.
If I lose my mom. But I also don't think I would know what to do with my life, because my life revolves around taking care of my mom.
And that's really sad. I mean, I made the mistake of saying that her daughter is enabling her, but her daughter is being abused by having to be forced to take care of her mom in this way. I mean, serving your mom hand and foot, and she can't even get out of the chair and get herself a little snack before breakfast. Like her mom, her whole life is about serving her mom. And that's just disgusting.
Just kidding, it's a giant box of brownies.
I'm hoping to make it a ways before we stop again.
Want your fries now?
And ketchup.
After that, it's straight to the drive-thru for burgers and fries. How predictable.
I get so excited that I finally get to eat. It's the moment I've been looking forward to since I finished my last meal the night before. That first bite is the best moment of my day. When I'm eating, I think nothing. That's what the best part of it is.
Speaking of Texas toast, our next patient, Joyce, can't resist it either. She is strapped up to an oxygen.
Oh, look at that belly. It looks like she could barely even get up. It's like holding her down, and she got some skin tags on the end of it. That's really bad. And look at her leg. You probably can't see it because that's where my screen's going to be, but man, her leg is messed up. Like, when I talk about the dangers of obesity, this is what I'm talking about right here. You probably can't even see the skin tags or anything because that's also where my screen would be. But, man, the dangers are horrible. And I have too many people coming in here commenting and saying there's nothing wrong with being fat. Too many people. And I say, hey, I'm living that life right now. You don't understand what I had to go through and what other overweight people are going through. You just don't get it. You've never been that big, so you just fall in line with the fat positivity movement because you think it's some kind of social justice movement when it's not. When it's killing people, that message is killing people. And I had somebody tell me, no, Tony, you're not saving people's lives. You're just some guy in a dingy room with a bad mic and talking about and judging these women. It's like, no, that's not what my channel is about. I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm trying to warn people about the dangers of obesity because I've lived it. I have that experience. And I have other people coming in, oh, well, you're just as fat as them, so what gives you a right to talk about it? You're a kettle calling a pot black, or whatever that saying is. It's like, you don't get it. And if you went through something and that threatened your life and was dangerous to you, would you not go out and warn people about that, especially as you were changing your life? I've lost over 160 pounds now. All right. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm actually doing the work. I'm sharing my experience to help other people. I'm not trying to risk anybody's life by falling in line with the fat positivity movement anymore. I'm not doing that.
Tank, but still can't stop force feeding herself unhealthy food.
And that's my life. I'll sit there in my recliner for the rest of the day, and Don will bring me food and I'll eat it until it's...
I mean, is that fat positivity to you? Having to wear an oxygen tube? Being stuck in your chair, you can't even get up? And all you think about and all you do is food all day long? Food is your pleasure. Food is your sex. Food is your everything. You can't have real relationships. You don't get up out of bed. You don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. Like, is that really the kind of life that you want to live?
Time to go back to bed. I basically just live to eat now, and I never leave this room.
She kicks off a 200,000 calorie day with French toast, a huge portion of eggs, tons of sausage, home fries, pancakes.
I don't think he needs to over-exaggerate the amount of calories. They're eating a lot, that's for sure. But it's not a 200,000 calorie day. All right, come on.
Cakes. Wait, is there anything that isn't on Joyce's plate?
I just feel that she's gonna die, and that there's nothing I can do about it.
Here you go. Thanks. That looks good. It does look good.
Next up for lunch, she indulges in a massive plate that looks like it's going to break any minute.
Joyce is at the point now where she knows she really does have to do something.
Even if I live past my 45th birthday.
I mean, when I was at my biggest, I certainly would eat a lot of lasagna or spaghetti or goulash. Or my family always made the best goulash. My grandma did, and now my mom makes it every once in a while. I love goulash, but with goulash came the garlic bread, all right? And I love the garlic bread. I would eat 3 or 4 pieces of that.
Something has to change soon because my addiction to food is killing me and it's taking everything.
She scarfs up lasagna, meatballs, and everybody's favorite, Texas toast. It's probably enough food to feed a zoo.
I can't stop eating because food is all I know.
Food is the only thing that makes my day better. So I can never wait for when Michael brings me something. And that first bite is such a great feeling because this food is like a drug to me. And I just have to have it all the time.
I mean, it is a drug. You know, I talk about this all the time, how food triggers the same pleasure center of your brain that cocaine does. And so I have many people question in the comments, like, why do they eat like that? Like, what leads them to, you know, eating so much that it really overwhelms their desire to live? And it's that pleasure center of the brain. Most of the people who are that big, including myself, went through some type of trauma. And so they leech onto something that gives them pleasure. And for a lot of people, it's drugs. A lot of people, it's sex. Some people, it's alcohol. But for a lot of people, it's food.
Let's switch gears to Carlton and Chantel.
I mean, we often see that there's a drug epidemic in our country. Well, food is also an epidemic because the obesity problem is skyrocketing right now. And the reason why it's skyrocketing is because people are looking for anything that they can latch onto to give them pleasure, to give them happiness, to let them escape from their lives. And so while drugs are a problem and alcohol is a problem in our society, so is food. So it's right up there with those other addictions.
Well, 2 obese siblings who shared a joint episode.
But when things got really bad and my dad was doing what he did, Chantel would always help me get through it all. It made it better.
I mean, that looks like how much I would eat if I went to McDonald's. I'd get a large fry. I'd get a 20-piece nugget. Sometimes I'd get like a double quarter pounder with bacon and cheese. But other times, if I was short on money, I would get like 2 McDoubles and 2 McChickens. And so that's like 400 calories each. So that's easily a couple thousand calories right there. That's an entire day's worth of calories in just one meal.
Usually by getting something we like to eat and bringing it to me.
Carlton's first meal of the day is 6 cheeseburgers from McDonald's with what appears to be apple pies and 2 large fries. I just know this man cried his eyes out the day they got rid of the supersize. Between him and his sister, they've been single-handedly paying Ronald McDonald's rent for years, I bet.
Thank you. My drinks?
I feel like me and Carlton are just not living. And I think to myself that it's my fault. I'm the reason both of our lives are destroyed. And if I lose him because of this, I don't think I'd ever recover.
For their next meal, they casually eat 4 giant pizzas, cheesy bread, a plate of pasta, and about a dozen cinnamon rolls.
Hey guys, I'm gonna come in here, do this. All right. This one is definitely yours because it got 2 boxes in here.
Their episode wouldn't be complete though without an epic trip to the drive-thru. Now would it be?
I know we should be eating healthier right now, but being on the road makes that really hard. Fast food is the only option.
I mean, and another thing people don't realize that's part of the obesity problem is it leads people into poverty. I mean, there was a time when I was making quite a bit of amount of money and I was poor because most of my money went towards my addiction. That's the same way with anybody who has a drug addiction. Like you'll see a lot of homeless people who've lost their entire lives because all of their money goes towards their addiction. And so if you're constantly ordering out food all the time, and it got worse when DoorDash and all that came to my neighborhood. So, that's, what you would spend 20, 30 bucks on food easily turned into 50, 60 bucks. You double the amount of money you're paying for your addiction. And now food prices are skyrocketing. So I picked the perfect time to get out of that food addiction. I don't order food anymore. Maybe once a month we might get something, but it's nowhere near this amount of food. Obesity leads to poverty because of the amount of money that you are spending on food.
Option we have in most places. Me and Chantel are doing what we are calling a farewell tour of
I mean, people often say that, poor people are more likely to be obese because of their income. And some people say, well, they just can't afford healthy food. Seriously, you think ordering out 3 times a day like this is cheaper than getting a healthy meal? You can get a steak and some vegetables and maybe a few eggs and eat a normal amount of food for much, much, much less cheaper than you can order out 3 times a day. So no, it's not the other way around. It's not poor people eating out because they're poor and they have no choice but to become obese. It's the other way around. Their addiction to food is making them poor.
Places we like to get food at because we know we're going to have to give this all up once we get to Houston. So I'm enjoying it while I can.
These two call it the fast food farewell tour since
I was often terrified of going into when I was joining the bariatric clinic and I went back to them after COVID. It's like I tried to do the diet on my own for like 3 or 4 months because I'm like, I don't want to go there at my heaviest. I want to try to lose a little weight so that I can impress them when I show up a little lighter than the last time that they saw me. Well, that didn't work out too much, and that's what led me to realize, okay, I do need the help. I need to go back to the bariatric clinic because me trying to do this on my own was not working.
Apparently, they're going to stick to eating a healthy diet after this last Yahoo.
Me and Carlton are ready to commit to giving all of this up. This is just our last bites of it, but it is.
The amount of times I've said that to myself, this is just my last bites. This is my last time eating this. Yeah, right.
It's going to be hard to say goodbye and let this all go.
They start with a massive order from Jack in the Box. It looks like about 3 bags of food. Next, they go to McDonald's and get even more.
The way that we came in is the other way. We're going this way. Yeah.
Carlton slams down a gallon jug of juice to wash it all down, drinking right out of the container like a savage.
You've been eating almost 10,000 calories a day. That's almost 13 times of what you should be eating in a day. Why won't you stop overfeeding him?
James K is probably one of the grossest eaters this show has ever seen. He graced us with his presence in season 5 of 600 Pound Life, and honestly, I was never the same.
I bought this food and I carry the food to him, but I don't know how to stop.
One of the reasons why James was so overweight was because his girlfriend was...
You don't know how to stop giving him food? Like, are you as addicted to giving him food as he is to eating the food? Like, I don't understand that part. Like, it's very easy for you to stop. Unless your sex is also giving him food. You're giving him pleasure, not through sex, not through intimacy in your marriage, but through giving him food. So you don't know how to stop because you're addicted to that. I mean, that just shows the dangerous connection between the enabler and the enablee.
An enabler. She was addicted to feeding him.
I've got you 6 eggs, 5 or 6 pieces of sausage. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Mom, he really doesn't need that much, seriously.
His first meal...
I mean, That was an average breakfast for me back in the day, so I can't really comment too much, but that's a lot of sausage.
Is 6 eggs, 6 pieces of sausage, biscuits, and a ton of gravy.
I want to get the half-pound combo, and can you make that large? And then a couple double cheeseburgers.
Shortly after, Lisa grabs him something called a large half-pound combo from a drive-thru, alongside however many a couple double cheeseburgers is.
But I know that if I don't bring in what he wants, we're going to get into an argument.
I mean, it's worth getting into an argument then, really, right? Like, if he's going to throw a fit, what is he going to do? Get up out of the bed? I mean, there's nothing he can do about it. Tell him, hey, son, you're about to lose some weight here because either I start helping you eat better or I'm walking out that door.
Big burger, there you go.
You take the paper off.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
When she hands him the food, he shoves it back in her face because she didn't take the paper off the burger for him.
The paper's in the way, honey, come on. What are you doing? You're making me wait a second longer before eating.
I'm surprised he didn't just eat the paper off.
What nutrition you need except the instruction that I gave you that works everybody else and can follow them except you. You gained 100 pounds and you're saying it's not your fault?
Yeah, people are so delusional. Like, I gained 100 pounds, but it's water weight. It's this, it's that. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't cause that.
Eating yourself to death, and you don't want to quit that.
Dr. Now scolds him for eating himself to death because James gained over 100 pounds while sitting in the hospital.
I mean, that's, again, I say this often, next level enabling. Because why would you go and live in a hospital that's designed to help you lose weight? I know that it's not the hospital's fault. People tell me this all the time in the comments. It's not the hospital's fault. They can't stop people from bringing in food. Okay, fine. I'm not going to blame the hospital. But you're at the hospital for a reason to lose weight. And yet you're wasting your time there, wasting taxpayer dollars, being treated, but you're going to gain 100 pounds while in the hospital? Just like Samantha gained, I think it was 150 pounds while in the hospital. Like, really? You're just wasting your time.
You might as well go back home because there's nothing we can do for him.
Please don't give up on us, okay?
Well,
I won't bring him another thing. You're one of the best doctors in this world.
Why were you bringing him food in the first place? You're the only one enabling this guy. You killed him. You helped kill him. James is dead right now because you could not stop bringing him food. You were just as addicted to bringing him food as he was to eating it. You're just as big as part of the problem.
We cannot lose you.
Lisa begs Dr. Now not to abandon James, but sadly, it was too late. James passed away shortly after his surgery, simply just running out of time.
I mean, yeah, that's the danger of obesity that people don't want to talk about. You don't know how much time that you have left. You don't have to be 500-600 pounds overweight to die from obesity-related problems. You can only be a couple 100 pounds overweight. You can get a disease. You can get something like COVID, which can kill you for being overweight. I had COVID twice, and thankfully I didn't have any major problems with it, but some people aren't as lucky, right? You can get an pneumonia. You can get any kind of lung disease that makes your breathing worse. Cammy almost died 4 times from different problems like that. And she's lucky to be alive, especially after going into a coma the very last time. So, you know, obesity is a major problem. I don't care what anybody says. This fat positivity movement is killing people. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm some hero going against that, but I'm not going to give in any longer. So anyways, this is my video for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, please go to Kayla's page and subscribe to her. Subscribe to me as well if you haven't yet. Please like, please comment. Let me know what you guys think about this video. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you.